Hello, everybody. Welcome today to our question and answer on vaginismus. We are very lucky to be joined again by Dr. Martha and our peer mentors, Natalie and Kaz.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Kaz and I'm a member of Get Together. I'm one of the peer supporters and I'm also a volunteer with Crew 2000 in Edinburgh, where we provide support and education material around drug matters and everything to do with sex, all gender inclusive.
I'm Natalie, I'm a member of Get Together and a peer mentor on the Get Together's Live Your Life course.
So vaginismus is a condition that happens when the vagina shuts down, making penetration difficult or impossible. So it can feel like a wall, and so they can be okay with everything else, outer play, kissing, cuddling, fondling, rubbing, hand job, blow job. But perhaps when it comes to the point of penetration, they tense up. Maybe for some people, it's possible for a finger to go in, but then it's impossible for a penis to go in. For some people, like nothing can go in. So in a nutshell, you have an incident happen, okay, let's say you have pain, okay, and then you start to have the fear. Then they try it and then there's some difficulty or pain or issue, and then they start to think, oh my God, like something's wrong, it can't happen, I can't go in. So then what happens is it perpetuates this because they're not thinking about it. It's like this vicious cycle of fear and pain, pain and fear. So what really can help break that cycle is actually not saying things like just relax. That doesn't help. So what can help is creating safety and boundaries in the relationship to say, for me to feel safe enough to want to try, this needs to happen. For us to do something that can help me feel more comfortable, this is a small baby step that I'm willing to take. So instead of trying to eat an elephant, you're just like breaking it to the smallest step. So it could be, we've tried penis, it's not working, let's try with finger. If we try with finger and I feel pain and I say stop, will you stop? So these are what I mean by creating a boundary, and this is what I mean by creating safety. To be able to say stop, to be able to say slow down, to be able to say continue. So we want to break the vicious cycle of fear and pain, pain and fear with safety and boundaries. And once you have safety and boundaries, it's so important to relax. So I know relax sounds like such a frustrating word, but when I use relax, the term relax, what I mean is the mind is empty mind. So when I use the word relax, what I mean is as best as possible, have an attitude of curiosity and keep your mind empty. So when your mind is empty, like I mentioned, I want you to focus on being in your body and feeling whatever you're feeling. I'm feeling to let the arousal begin, the foreplay begin. So once you're in body and you actually allow body to do what body does, which is I'm getting touched, I'm getting the kissing and the massaging, I would love for the focus to be not about the penetration, but focus on how aroused can I be, or your self-lubrication to happen. So wet. So of course you can include lubricants, of course. However, there is no lubricant that can substitute your body's need to be aroused. It's just like saying, it's just like trying to run a marathon when you haven't even done any warm-up. When you haven't done the warm-up, everything just feels much more difficult, awkward. The aches and pains will happen much more easily. So once you can get as aroused as possible and as wet as possible vaginally, then you're more likely to have an orgasm. So orgasm is part of it. So I'm not saying that you must have an orgasm, but as best as possible, try to have an orgasm, because when you're orgasm, this is when your body is the most wet, and this is when your body has had the most warm up. Often say in my work is that it's very useful if you think of it like a seesaw. If you have more pleasure, you're more aroused, you will have less pain. More aroused, less pain. So the whole premise of it is never ever try to put anything into the vagina when you're not aroused, especially when you have fear, especially when you haven't done the warm up, especially when mentally you're not ready for like a bigger object versus like trying with something small first, let's say a finger.
Thanks, Martha. And I'd just like to say once again, with your tuition, I can see how sex education could be so enhanced at the right ages for children to be prepared and to understand how to date, how to have sex, obstacles that you might encounter, and that there's ways around these things that can actually make fun and sex a lot of fun, and maybe even save a lot of relationships and marriages if we only knew. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bring you up. Yeah, come on.